Thank you guys for being here at Ivy Madness. Today we'll have a microphone circulated for questions throughout the press conference. Please state your name and media affiliation when you ask your question. With us today from Harvard, we've got head coach Tommy Amaker and Bryce Aiken. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach, follow with questions for Bryce, and then we'll finish with questions for Coach.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations to Yale. What a tremendous effort and a performance by their team and their program. I thought their team and our team, as we proved throughout the course of the season, that we played at a higher level, and certainly they played at a much higher level here this afternoon. They're very deserving of the victory and for representing our conference in the NCAA tournament. I thought we played exceptionally well in spurts. In order to win a game like this, I think you have to play for, you need 40 minutes of outstanding basketball, and we didn't have that today. I thought obviously with Bryce Aiken kept carrying us offensively, but our defense was not up to the level that it needs to be to win a game like this against a high-powered offensive team like Yale. You see the number of points that they were able to score and the percentages that they shot the basketball, and give them their due when it comes to that, but also our defense was not where it needs to be in order to win a game like that this afternoon.
Questions for Bryce.
Bryce, when you had the lead by 7, and of course Oni goes out of the game for them, what was the confidence level like on your side? Did you guys feel at that point like, maybe you were kind of over the top a little bit?
I think the confidence level was pretty high. We were able to get Mia in foul trouble, and get him off the floor. Obviously, one of their better players. So we were pretty confident after, that happened. But, it's a game of runs, and we weren't able to handle theirs going down the stretch, and ultimately that led them to get the victory.
Bryce, you broke your own Ivy League tournament scoring record, and I know you show up for these games, either ones you want to play in, but in your mind, how was the scoring load heavier this time around, or was it a lot to kind of carry?
No, right now I'm not really concentrating on the scoring, things of that nature. Nah, man, it was tough. It was a tough loss. So, but for the game itself, I felt like I let the game come to me today, and that was what was asked of me to do, and I did it. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
Pat Eaton from the AP. Bryce, what did they do differently in that 15-0 run that got them going there?
In second half?
Yeah, second half run.
We didn't defend well. That's ultimately what it came down to. We let them get a lot of, easy offensive shots, and they converted, and ultimately that allowed them to go on a run, like you said, a 15-0 stretch, and they capitalized on it.
Bryce, I know it's just ended. It's pretty raw right now, but how do you kind of use this emotionally, deal with this emotionally, and kind of use it going forward into next year?
I honestly don't know, man. It's a tough loss. I don't know. I don't really have much to say about that.
Just too quick. One thing. So this is the environment here, right? You play here every year. We know how it goes. But was this any more keyed up? I mean, I know they're right on top of you. There was some talk at you, some talk maybe towards them. What was the environment like in this one compared to other games?
Yeah, it was a tough place to play. They have a lot of loud fans really like to heckle during the game, but you can't really focus on things of that nature. I just wish some people respected the game a little bit more than others. But it's a tough environment to play in. They used it to their advantage, but there's no excuses on our end. We didn't handle business the way we were supposed to, and we lost.
And obviously, it goes without saying that the loss hurts. All losses do. But you left the floor without talking to anybody. What was going through your mind there, and kind of was it just a lot of emotion, or was it just?
No, it wasn't nothing personal. I actually rolled my ankle on one of the previous possessions, and the trainer directed me off the floor. Before I could get it. I don't know if if the fans were rushed or not, but yeah, they directed me off the floor to get out of there as quick as possible.
Last question for Bryce.
Bryce, knowing as you do how much talent there is around this league and how much talent there's going to be around this league next year, you think next year maybe will be a year when 2 teams get in the NCAAs on the men's side?
Honestly, I think that it should have been a two-bid this year, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way. But yeah, the Ivy League is ever improving, and hopefully, we get the respect that we're due, and hopefully 2 teams can get 2 bids going down the line.
Thank you for your time, Bryce. We'll take you back to locker room.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bruce.
And now we'll have questions for Coach.
Tommy,
Yeah.
Jonathan Tannenwald from Philly Inquirer. When Mia got the 4th foul and went out, what was going through your mind?
Obviously he's an outstanding player and a tremendous talent, and certainly that was a big moment for us to think that we could try to capitalize on it, and obviously we didn't. I mentioned to our kids in the locker room that the run that we had and that we made, we didn't handle it very well. Sometimes that can go against you for your team to think that maybe you've a little bit overconfident, maybe. And then the second thing is I think that their team certainly pulled together, and I think that's a great testament to their program and to their play here this afternoon. That can help you as well. I mean, sometimes it's not something for a longer period of time, but certainly they pulled together, and being a great team sport that basketball is, they benefited from it greatly.
Coach, what was your approach to defending Mie in this game? Obviously, he didn't do much from the floor. Most of his
Well, our approach is to try to make him work hard for his opportunities, and we did as best we could with him. But I thought the other guys were the ones who really, Reynolds was, we didn't defend him well. Copeland was just, we've always thought that can be the difference for their team, and he certainly was the difference here this afternoon. And I thought Phil's made some big plays. He had the big tip-in dunk, big momentum, offensive rebound tip-in dunk that really energized their team in the crowd. So I thought their team had a really wonderful balanced attack, and I thought those were the players that really made the biggest difference against us here this afternoon.
Coach, one of your mottos has always been like next play, next game,
Yep.
next possession. Kind of in disappointing times like these, like what's the message to the team in order to kind of rally them forward?
Yeah, the message for us right now is that as tough as this is and as hard as it is to swallow this defeat, and I get it, we understand it, but we still have basketball to play, and we were going to be in the NIT, and we're honored about that. And I mentioned that to our kids. There's still basketball for our program to participate in a national tournament, and we're proud of that. And so we're proud to represent the Ivy League in the NIT, and we're hopeful that our spirit will be right after we can kind of get through this and find out where and when we play, and put on a wonderful performance, for our program and our school and our conference.
Coach, I know you said you didn't think the defense was where it needed to be. Can you just talk a little bit more about what you saw as some of the shortcomings with the defense?
Well, defending the ball, I mean, they're really good off the dribble and off the bounce. I thought they were able to get to where they wanted to go, which is, if you allow that to happen with their athleticism and their talent, it's in for a long day, which it was for us. Copeland is so quick and shifty with the ball, very crafty, and shifty is, for me, the appropriate words for how he plays. And then he hits his shots. You look at their percentages and look at their overall total. I mean, it should tell you enough that we didn't defend well, and that's because they're a really good team and a really good offensive team.
Tommy, this probably isn't the first thing in your mind right now, but considering how strong the league has become, do you see Yale as a team that can go into the tournament and maybe win a game or two? And
Oh, absolutely. To answer that very succinctly, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they go on a run in the tournament. I think they're good enough, they're talented enough, and hopefully they're healthy. I don't know in terms of there at the end with Swain, but if they're healthy, and absolutely they'll have a chance, in my opinion, to do some damage in the tournament, and it would not surprise me one bit.
Last question for Coach.
a couple quick ones, but same thing I asked Bryce for one was, he's done this a couple times in tournaments, throwing big numbers up, and both times ended in losses, and he's been disappointed by it. But just can you describe the scoring load he has to take on these kind of games and what that kind of creates?
Yeah, in order for us to be at a high level and to win a significant game like today, we're going to need great balance, and we didn't have that. It's obvious, and it was all on his shoulders offensively, and for him to have that kind of offensive production, and we don't get as much more we needed from the other players, and then certainly we weren't able to defend at a high level. It's not a formula for success for us. Bryce was outstanding on the offensive end. He contributed to our lack of defense as well, as much as he, shot and scored and helped us there. But our defense was a total team effort on that end that we didn't have it today, and that's due to their outstanding play and their outstanding offensive production this afternoon.
And also, I mean, you can say this to players all the time, and they can go in one ear and out the other, but it is very difficult to get to the NCAA tournament. Do you think this group has like a special kind of understanding of how that works, especially with the addition of the tournament, of this postseason tournament, and kind of the trying to get over the hump?
Yeah, I think we recognize how hard it is, and I think we recognize how hard our league is, how good our league is, and for the second year in a row for us to win our league and to be the top seed and to lose in the championship game of our tournament, it hurts and it's not easy, but I think they recognize how challenging and difficult that next step is and will be going into next year.